Hey guys, I say guys, I just don't know who I'm talking to. Hey, anybody that's watching this video, I'm back at it. It's been a long time since I posted any kind of videos. I've made it a goal for 2021 to increase my output into the marketplace. I've been a recruiter, headhunter, or as I call it, creator of bigger futures for going on 17 years now. And I feel like I've got a lot to offer. So I want to start putting it out there and being more proactive with it. And I'm going to use different platforms. I got to figure this out. So as I'm learning, you're going to be a part of it. This is unscripted, so this may be a little bit all over the road. So bear with me. I just realized I got my AirPod in. I'm not using my AirPod, so it truly is unscripted. What I wanted to talk about today was something real specific. It's building out your network on LinkedIn. It's actually using your LinkedIn for what its purpose was, to network. That's not to knock anybody in the sales world or the recruiting world, because I add a lot of people because I need them. I'm talking about the person who is looking for a job. COVID has hurt a lot of people. One of the things that I can tell anybody, good economy or bad economy, it's great when you have a network that you can lean on. So what do you do? How do you use LinkedIn to help in your job search, to take advantage of that network? So I'll start with your connections, who you are already connected to. When was the last time you actually reached out to them? I'm not talking about your coworker that you're already linked to and you saw them the other day or were on a conference call with them the other day. I'm talking about somebody you haven't spoken to in weeks, months, years, but you're connected to them. Send them a note. Not to hit them up for a job, not to say I'm looking for a job, but just, hey, Mike, Sally, how are you? It has been too long since we last spoke. I'd love to catch up. Set up a phone call. I'd say set up a coffee or lunch, but not right now. But set up a phone call and just chat with them, catch up. You don't want to hit them up just right out of the gate with I'm looking for a job or I need a new job. But if you start engaging with them and having conversations go in a lot of different directions. Allow that conversation to lead to where you're going with it all. And I think there's no harm, even if nothing goes anywhere from an actual job perspective. Anything you do to create value with another human being is a great interaction. And that's probably the easiest one because you already know them. Two, you want to add connections. Add as many connections as you can that make sense for you. When you build your LinkedIn profile, you can put your alma mater, you can put where you've worked before, different affiliations or associations you're with. I coach soccer in Frisco, for example, so I could put, which I should, the Frisco Soccer Association. Well, then that's going to give me access to more people who happen to be in there. Start adding those connections. Shoot a LinkedIn request and be specific, be direct, be intentional. If you're sending it to Shelly, whoever Shelly is, Shelly, I would like to add you to my LinkedIn network. I'm building out my profile on here. You and I have worked together in the past. I'd love to have you in my network. Something along those lines. Send the request. When Shelly gets back to you and accepts your LinkedIn request, don't just sit back and say, great, I got it. Follow up. Thank Shelly for it. Shelly, thank you for taking the time to accept my LinkedIn request. I'm building out my network and using LinkedIn. I would love to find some time to catch up. All right, would you be open to a quick conversation since we can't grab a coffee? Here's my availability. Give them something, again, engage with them. If you're able to get somebody on the phone, I'll kind of go down that path here in a little bit. I want to keep building on how do you build that network out from a relationship perspective. Let's say in this next example, you don't know this person, but you want to be in that field. I'm going to use a field that I'm comfortable with because it's what I do. Let's say you're an accountant, a financial analyst, a tax professional, audit professional, whoever, and you are now looking for a job or you're feeling like, hey, I may lose my job because of layoffs. Okay, what do? Go find people that make sense for your network. And don't just go through there and try to add thousands of connections arbitrarily. Be direct, be specific. The more intentional you are, the more purpose you have, the more passion you'll have behind that message. So if you want to be an accountant at fill in the blank company, well, reach out to people at fill in the blank company that do what you want to do. It could be other staff accountants if you're a staff accountant. It could be the controller, the financial analyst. Reach out to people and connect it with them. Hey, Tom, I see that you work at ABC Company. I'm looking to build up my network in that field, and I'd love to add you to my connections. Thank you. That's it. Don't hit them up. Again, don't use this as a sales tool. Pitch. let them accept your LinkedIn request. Most people are going to accept your LinkedIn request if you're not selling something. Truth of the matter is, as a headhunter, a lot of times, or anybody in the recruiting or sales industry, when you send out a LinkedIn request, there's a tendency for them to think, okay, what are they going to hit me up with? Whether it's right or wrong, it is what it is. But you're not doing that. You're just wanting to build out a network. Once they accept, just like you did with Shelly, that was your friend, thank them. Thank you for accepting my LinkedIn request. I want to build out my network in the accounting field. I feel like the best way for me to do that is to reach out to other accountants. If there's ever an opportunity for us to find time to chat, I would love your advice on how you've built out your network or how you landed at ABC Company. So if you're interested, I'd love to find time to jump on a quick phone call. Sincerely, Cedric. That's it. Leave it alone. No more pushing. Don't have to push harder than that. Create a reminder. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 week, whatever you feel comfortable with, a follow-up message that goes along the same lines of, hey, curious, I would love to find some time to sit and chat with you about this particular thing. Find a common interest, whether it's software, whether it's something about their company, or you're just picking your brain on, hey, I'd love to get your advice on my LinkedIn profile, my resume. Do something that just creates that intentional purpose for reaching out to them. And if they never get back to you, c'est la vie, they never get back to you. There's still a connection, and you never know where that could pay off down the road. Now, if they do get back to you, set up a phone call. Set up a coffee if you can. From there, engage. Just like with Shelly, engage with them. People are more likely to respond when you ask for their advice than when you ask for their opinion. When you ask for an opinion, people psychologically pull back. They step away from it. When you ask for advice, literally think of asking for advice at a dinner table or a coffee table. Typically, what do people do? They lean in. They get closer. Now I'm real close to the camera. They engage in that conversation. The body language leans in. So ask them for advice. Hey, I'd love your advice on my resume. I'd love your advice on how you built your career. You're a controller at a Fortune 500 company. I see myself there in 10 years. Can I pick your brain and ask for some advice on that? So that's just off the cuff. I'm going to try to build some more of these. I hope this was helpful. Fire away, shoot me comments, bag on me. I don't care. It's one of those things where I'm going to start doing this again and hopefully adding value to people who are looking to do certain things. And hopefully this is something that's worthwhile. So with that said, thank you. I'm going to include my contact information somehow. Haven't done this in a while, but feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. All is well. Stay safe, and we'll talk soon. Be grateful.